Let's have a word from our partners, and when we return, it'll be time to set sail.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Plan and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estate and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling, or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits, and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the State Operative Development Plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Igbega Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Ajumosheni, announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Build Right is the program. We set for the conversation, taking you through the Beju-Lekki area. We can tell you this morning, most of the areas of coverage within that particular area still remains very cool and calm. Good movement all through the length and breadth of the coverage areas. We're talking about areas like Eleko Junction, Eleko inside, looking pretty good. Likewise for movement towards that's a movement towards Akodo General Hospital, down to Pinnacle Oil, as well as Dangote Refinery. Still looking pretty good. Lekki Deep Seaport also looking good as well. Return journey not bad at all, navigating through that corridor. There's an incident report to serve you before we start the conversation. That's at Oteri Janiki. There's a broken down DAF truck with a tire problem at Iba. That's talking about the Iba Expressway near Obadure Bridge. This is inwards Obadure, but efforts on to get it fixed and take it off the road. Effect on traffic at the moment is still very minimal, and we have traffic managers monitoring that particular corridor to ensure that you have it good. All right, the last report we got from a live motorbike reporter, Raphael Jeramil, he did talk about the fact that overnight fallen tanker at the toll gate has been completely evacuated from the road, so it's a much better drive right now. Those of you that are navigating through the that's coming in from Alakpore, linking up with the toll gate, you're having it much better, even though it's still a slow movement, but it is moving. Okay, so this is Build Right, and like I did tell you today, we're going to be situating the place of district offices in the planning permit approval equation. But before then, let's hit the streets. Mike James has been speaking with people around the Amuwodofe end. We've been trying to see if you find anything that is, defective, any building that is defective in your own neighborhood. Will you be willing to report? Will you be willing to whistleblow? That's a question we'll be asking people for quite some time now. And Mike James has been engaging some people at Amuwodofe. Let's hear him.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm sorry to take a bit of your time.
No problem.
Okay, but I want to ask, have you heard about the whistleblowing initiative by Lagos State's Building Control Agency, LASPPPPA?
No, I've not.
You're hearing it for the first time?
Yes, I am.
Okay, but have you noticed any building or structure in the area where you live that is looking dilapidated and unsafe for habitation, but yet people are living in it?
No. The ones they've been demolished.
Okay, but if you notice such building, are you willing to whistleblow to the appropriate authorities?
Yes, because it is a matter of lives and properties. If it collapses now, it will definitely affect one or two people. Maybe people might be inside the building when it happens. People might, even if people are not there, definitely there are people around that it might affect. So definitely.
So you're willing to whistleblow?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Pardon me, I'm going to take just a few seconds from you.
All right, no problem.
So have you heard about the whistleblowing initiative by the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LASPPPPA?
Yes, I heard about it. It's all about security of life and property and some other things as well. Whistleblowing, I understand whistleblowing has security purpose, sure.
Securing lives and properties. and also, trying to control the rate of building collapse?
Yes, trying to control the rate of building collapse so that we can have good housing and standard housing in a good condition at our environment.
So in the area where you live, have you noticed any building or structure that is looking on
In that type of house, because maybe the house is cheaper and maybe they don't have money to go and rent another, the rate of house rent is cost. So there are many houses that are around.
So is it about your
To understand safety? Some people don't even care about safety. They care about, let me just have a rest in any house. They don't care if the house will collapse before they wake up. So that's why people live in condemned, on strong house, on standard house.
Okay, so have you noticed any of such buildings or structures within your area?
There are many, even at my work area on island, there are many houses that you even be seeing the decking leaking. The whole house will be cracking. Even shops are there selling food, selling stuff, and even the environment are bad. Because there are many around on the island is much.
Why haven't you whistleblown since you are aware of this initiative?
Because I don't have any contacts. I don't have anybody. I'm even scared. Sometimes you will blow. The police will say, this is the man that told us. The area boys will come and attack you at the end. So that's why some people decide to keep quiet.
So if you have the contacts, are you willing to whistleblow?
Yes, I can blow. Why not? So that I can save a life. That I know that I'm secure about it. I can blow it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sorry to take a bit of your time, but can I ask you, have you heard about the whistleblowing initiative by LASPPPA, that's the Lagos State Building Control Agency?
Okay, not really, but I'm hearing of it for the first time.
You heard of it for the first time. In your area where you live, have you noticed any building or structure that is looking unsafe for habitation, but yet people are living in it?
Yes, a lot of them.
So are you willing to whistleblow? Are you willing to, report to the appropriate agencies regarding such building?
Of course, I would.
So if you see such building, you report to them?
Yes, I would.
All right, then. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so I just want to talk to you about the whistleblowing initiative by Lagos State Building Control Agency, LASPPPA. Have you heard about it?
No, I didn't know. No.
Okay, you don't know anything about whistleblowing. Okay, but let me ask you a question. In the area where you live, have you noticed any structure or building that is looking very bad and, unsafe for habitation, but yet people are living in it?
Yeah, there is.
So you've seen such buildings in your...
So there's very bad building in my area.
Okay, so are you willing to report to the appropriate authority about such buildings?
I'm willing to report, but I didn't know how to report, or I didn't know the number to call to report. I see something, but unsafe building in my own street, definitely.
So there are many of them like that?
Many.
So if you have the contacts to report, would you report?
I will.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Then, so Mike James has been engaging people at Amuwo Dolphin to find out from them, and we're having some very, very interesting responses there. But let me bring my guests to the microphone, because today we're trying to situate the place of district offices and district officers in the planning permit equation of Lagos State. Joining me right now in the studios, Town Planner Latifat Ayoade Abdulazeez. She's a Deputy Director Town Planning for LASPPPA, and of course the District Officer for Lagos Island East LCDA. Madam, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Good morning.
And how are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, Town Planner Solomon Akora is also here as well. He's Assistant Director Town Planning for LASPPPA and also the District Officer for Amuwo Dolphin Local Government. Town Planner Akora, nice to have you. Good morning.
Good morning.
And how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Good. So, Madam, let's start with you. You heard people on the streets there at Amuwo. What do you make of their responses to the whistleblowing initiative?
Good morning, Lagos State. Good morning, Lagos Island. First thing first, if you have anything or you see anything going on in our area, either Lagos Island or any of our districts, that they are building without, the first thing to do is to blow.
Okay.
Yes, or contact our number or any of our district office.
What are the numbers?
Okay. The number you can contact is 00
right
231 46227.
Okay, let's take that again.
080-231 46227. Or
227.
yes, you can get us on our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or any of our LASPPPA websites.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm sure before the end of the program we'll also try and revisit that. But let's do some checking, especially on the amnesty program, which the Lagos State government has issued. The amnesty program for planning permit approvals. That's for completed buildings in Lagos. How is that initiative faring in your own locality at Lagos Island East?
Oh, superb. Very, very good. Because people turn up. The public, they want to use this opportunity to have to perfect their papers, and also there is no penalty fee.
Okay.
Yes. Kudos to our Mr. Governor
for coming up with that initiative.
Yes.
So more people are turning up at your office right now.
Very, very.
So on a daily basis, can you tell me how many people are turning up?
Many. Yes, many people.
Over 10, over 20?
Yes. Let's say like that.
Okay. Yes. All right. Solomon Akura.
Yes, sir.
What about you in Amuwodofi? How is the amnesty initiative? How is it faring?
Yes, the response has been wonderful. We've had increase in applications as buildings, more like 150% increase in application. Yes.
Wow! Since this amnesty is on.
Yes.
Wow! So people are really taking advantage of that.
Yes.
The big question here is, why do I need a planning permit for my building, town planner Abdulazeez?
Very big question. You need planning permit to secure your property. If you have your planning permit, you can use it as to obtain loans in bank. It's to give you the power of ownership. That yes, this is my property.
Okay.
Yes, and even with your planning permit, it's a legacy to your beneficiary.
That's those who are more or less like your children.
Yes.
Your family members.
Yes.
So it's a legacy for them.
Yes.
They can use that to do official business.
Yes.
And all of that.
Yes.
So it is required. That's what it means. It is necessary.
It is very necessary.
Right. And Town Planner Akura, how long is this amnesty program? How long is it expected to last?
Well, there had been an initial one that started in May and ended in July. Now we are on an extension that is running from 1st of August to 31st of October.
All right. So between now and the next 2 months, they should go out there and get it sorted.
Yes.
All right. So what are the things that are required? I mean, for those who want to take advantage of this now, Town Planner Latifat, what are the requirements? What should they do?
Okay. Thank you. Your requirements, your documents should be your survey plan,
okay,
some plans, then your architectural drawing, your social drawing if applicable.
All right.
Then NGTI, non-destructive
integrity test.
Yes.
Okay.
Then LUPA, Lagos land use planning analysis reports.
Okay, so that all these ones are required.
Yes. Then letter of social stability.
Okay.
/ indemnity, then other supporting documents. Yes.
All right. All this is required.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. And it's the same thing where you are to Tampa Akura, right? It's the same thing everywhere.
It's the same requirements.
Right. Okay. So as a district officer for Lagos Island East, madam, what are your core responsibilities? Let's even dig into that a bit.
Okay. As a district officer for Lagos Island, your first responsibility is that you are there to represent LASPPPA as a whole for your daily activities. Then you are also there to employ or advise public on the needs to obtain their building planning permits. Also, you are there to carry your activities very well, because if you have to advise them to build rights.
All right.
Yes, you have to advise them to obtain their property, your building planning permit, to secure their property, And you are also there to carry out your duty as a citizen or as a staff of Lagos State.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you are there as the one representing LASPPPA there
LASPPPA
for the issuance of those permits.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what areas cover, what communities does the Lagos Island East LTDA cover?
No, it's not. We cover everywhere in Lagos Island.
Okay, Lagos Island.
Yes.
All right. So what areas?
Let's take it from Olowogbowo, which is Obalende area, then taking us to Sale, Okofaji, Lafiaji, Campus, Ekpetedo, and surroundings. We cover everywhere in Lagos Island.
Okay, let's get to Amuwo. I know Amuwo is one of the very, very big local governments that we have in the state. Solomon Akura,
Yes, sir.
talk to me. What communities or what areas does Amuwo cover?
Yes. Thanks for the question. Amuwo Odofin covers basically three main sectors. You have the Amuwo Odofin scheme itself, and then you have the first tax sector and the Abule Ado sector. The Abule Ado sector is that area that is closest to the trade fair
Okay.
and the Ojo cantonment. Those are the three main sectors. And it is bounded in the south by the Lagos-Badagry Expressway.
Okay.
It's bounded in the east by Apapa-Oshodi Expressway.
All right.
And in the west by the trade fair and Ojo cantonment. So that gives the delineation of Amuwo Odofin district.
These are very, very big communities, I suspect.
Yes, they are. They are.
Because we have a surging population within that particular corridor. We have a very, very huge population there. So you cover all those areas in terms of issuance of permits?
Yes, sir.
And are people always turning up? Are they willing to always come to the district office, or do they prefer to come into Alausa to come and do their business?
Oh, they actually come to the district office.
Okay, they're always there.
Yes, and there's been a surge now with the amnesty program.
That's on. Let's talk about your direct responsibility and talking about LASPPPA now. So how many types of planning permits do we have that you guys issue? Let me get back to you, Town Planner Latifat.
Okay, thank you for that. We have renovation permits, as-built permits. We have full permits, which is planning permit, which is full or professional. We have remodeling permits. We have fencing permits. We have remodeling permits. We also have revalidation and the submission permit.
Okay, that's like how many? Like about four or five?
No, like 6, 7.
6 permits.
Yes.
All right. Can we just talk a bit about those 7? So the first one is the, what do you call the first one now?
Renovation.
Renovation
Yes.
permit. So if I want to renovate my house, I'm supposed to get a permit from you.
Yes.
So if I go ahead and I do the renovation, now when we say renovation now, because we need to break it down for our people, renovation means what? Does it mean if I want to paint my house?
Your painting, changing of roof, plastering.
Plastering?
Yes.
Yes. I'm supposed to get a permit from you?
Yes.
So all the people that are doing POP in the house,
you have to help.
I'm supposed to get a permit?
Yes, sir.
Why is that necessary? It's my house now.
It's very compulsory.
I mean,
basically renovation is anything you do to improve the quality and the value of your house.
Right.
So all activities that fall under category, you require a permit for that.
Okay, so assuming I have planned that I'm going to do this on, let's say, next Saturday, right? So I have to come to you guys first.
Yes.
Then you now give me the permit. Is that correct?
You apply in writing, and we give you the set of documents that you need to obtain the permit.
Why is that necessary?
Oh, we need to establish that you are the owner of the house.
Okay.
And we need to see the extent of work that you want to carry out.
Okay. Does that mean you have to come and inspect it as well?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh.
After the application will come for an inspection.
That could be delayed. I mean, that could delay me because I want to do my thing on time.
No, it's if you have your documents complete from onset, there's no delay. It does not really delay.
It doesn't take any delays at all.
No.
All right. So the renovation permit. What else? Which other permit again? Town planner Latifat.
We have planning permits.
Okay, the planning permit itself.
Yes.
That's before one commences building.
Yes.
Right. And that is at what point do I need the planning permit? Is it when I bought the land, or at what point do I need it?
At the point when you want to start construct your property.
Okay.
When you have your land, you have to, yes.
Once I get my piece of land.
Yes, your piece of land.
I can now approach LASPPPA.
Yeah, LASPPPA. Yes.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello there. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
All right. What's your name?
My name is Mukhtar.
Mukhtar. Where are you calling from?
From Mende.
Mende. All right, Mukhtar. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, it's quite interactive this morning with the discussion with your guest.
Right.
Hearing all sort of permits.
Right.
I want to ask a question. If I need to fix an AC in my building and I have to drill the wall, do I have to get a permit for it?
Okay, if you have to drill the wall, right, with an AC.
Yes. Because all these permit, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. Just the same question you were asking.
Right.
So we should tailor it to the policy, because I'm just sure the government is about revenue generation with all these permits.
Okay. All right.
So at least let the poor people breathe.
Okay, Mukhtar, thank you so much. So they'll respond to you. So if I need to fix an AC, does that require any permit?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, that one does not require a permit. It is when a total readjustment or realignment of the house is required.
Yes.
Or perhaps I want to remodel the house.
Yes.
That's when I'll need to come to you guys.
Yes.
All right, so Mukhtar, I hope that's quite clear. It's not when you do some of those little things like tiling, that might not be required, right? Am I right?
You're right.
Okay, so it's when you want to do a major reordering, but let's say remodeling of the house, that's when you might need to apply for a permit. But if I do it behind your knowledge, are there ways that you guys can find out? Are there ways you can find a town planner, Latifat?
Yes, there is. If during our monitoring exercise, if you see that you do not obtain any permits before you start any construction, we are going to penalize you.
Ah.
Yes.
So there are ways you'll be able to know.
Yes.
That I've tampered with it.
Yes.
Okay. All right then. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We're going to expand the discourse beyond the studios to have your input. 08099120777 and 09153877127. Hello there.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
My name is Emmanuel, calling in from Magodo Access.
All right, Emmanuel from Magodo. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate your guests and your radio.
All right.
To always educate us on the current issues. When some of us are a bit concerned, those of us that are public servants or civil servants, the question we're asking ourselves now, can we build Lagos after living in Lagos for 20 to 30 years?
Can you do it?
Because can we any longer build a house in Lagos?
Okay.
After living in Lagos for 20 to 30 years. If Lagos is to maintain its this status of welcoming everybody to the place, these permits we are talking about are heavy money. And human factor plays a role in these ministries as well.
Okay.
Human factor negative. So the question is, when you have lived for 20 to 30 years, to pack your load and build the city to your village. Why? Because the city is being designed for the high class, not an ordinary public servant. And about shortage of housing. There are so many things. Unfortunately, the question is that nobody even found how because stakeholders are supposed to be interacted with. I appreciate the fact that they are building those things and all those things.
Right.
But somebody within the system approved those plans. in the first place. So there are a lot concerned with this new policy that I'm just painting my house to make the city look beautiful in one way. Then I have to go there, take permit, pay for painting my house. Ordinary painting of the whole structure, you have to pay. And let them tell us the amount. It will surprise. You are asking yourself, where does a civil servant, a common man on the streets of Lagos, get that money from?
Okay.
But well, it's a government policy. They have made their decision. If it's not convenient for us, we can walk out of the city. But remember, for 30 years, I've been paying my tax as a public servant faithfully and uprightly.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. He has really spoken this morning, and I'm talking about Emmanuel from Magodo, and he's asking a question: can somebody who's a civil servant has been there for 30 years really build in Lagos? So the question is asking now: these planning permits, he says they're not cheap. Is that correct, Akora?
Well, they are really not expensive. They're not.
They're not expensive.
They're not.
Okay. It's just for him to go there and find out.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he might have his own reasons. This one says, good morning. How do district offices fit into Lagos State's urban planning framework? Ibrahim from Alimosho is sending that one in. All right. We have a call?
Yeah.
Hello there. Okay. We lost that. Right. So how do they fit into the urban planning framework of Lagos State?
The district offices are the planning offices closest to the people at the grassroots.
Okay, so it's more or less like decentralizing the process.
Yes.
All right. This one says, good morning, Traffic Radio. What key functions do district offices perform in the planning permit process? Joseph is saying that one. I think town planner Latifat talked about that earlier on.
Yes,
yes. Right. This one says, hi, town planner Abdulazeez. Calling from?
Yeah, I'm from Ikorodu.
Ikorodu. Go ahead, Uzoma.
Yeah. The situation unknowingly, someone just do their house without getting a permit. Like minimum to roofing level. And now they come and serve the notice of the notice. This one not getting permit. So when do you start from here?
Okay, if you've done it to the roof level.
Yeah, even like we have already at the roof.
And then what happens?
They came and put the issue a notice of not obtaining permit and all the rest of them.
Okay.
So where do we start from?
Okay. All right. Very good question. Yeah, listen on radio. All right. So, town planner Latifat, for someone like him, where does he start from? He has already reached the roofing level.
Yes. If we want to obtain your permit, you can visit any of our district office.
Okay, at this moment?
Yes.
Okay, you can go to Ikorodu.
Yeah, Ikorodu, any nearest to him. Any district of nearest to.
Yeah, but the penalties, are they going to be waived for him?
Yes.
During this amnesty?
The roofing level, yeah, no, because it's not
completed.
Yeah, it's not completed.
Okay, so it's only for completed buildings.
Yes.
That's where the penalty will be waived.
Completed building, yes.
So he has to go and get the planning permit. And
it is documents.
With all the documents that's required. All right, Uzoma, I think that's what you need to do. Just try and visit the district office nearest to you, and they'll be able to help you out in that regard. All right, 08099120777. Most of you are commenting. This one says, hi, town planner Abdulazeez. How do district offices handle public concerns and objections about planning permits? This is coming in from Adewale from Ikorodu as well. So how do you handle this? Do people bring complaints and?
We advise them to come to our office for proper documentation. If you have any issue with your property.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, but we're hearing that even as we speak right now, some of your officers, in spite of the amnesty that is still on, some of your officers are ignoring the amnesty. They're telling people, no, there's no room for amnesty and all of that. So what would you say to those?
It is not true. I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
Yes.
Solomon Akura, have you heard of that as well?
No, I've not.
You've not?
That.
But I'm bringing that to you now. So I hope you're going to. It says, good morning, Victor. Okay, it says, good morning, Victor Oteri. What are the common reasons for planning permit rejections by district offices? You didn't put your name, by the way. Okay. If there are reasons for any planning permit application to be rejected. All right, we'll talk about that. And then this one says, hello, Lagos Traffic Radio. I am Sunday. Please, what strategies are used to improve transparency in the planning permit process at the district level? Thanks. You didn't put your name also. All right. So, if I'm sure you want to answer that one, town planner. Kura, okay, go ahead.
Yes.
So, what are the reasons that an application can be rejected at the district office?
Yes, there are some reasons on which you could reject an application. For example, if it does not conform with the zoning or the land use. What I mean is, if we have an area that is zoned for residential, and someone wants to now build a factory or an industry there that is not compatible, that application will be rejected.
Okay.
Even if it conforms with the zoning, if it does not conform with the standards,
okay,
it will also be rejected. For example, now, if someone designs a structure that is attached to a wall fence, it will be rejected automatically.
Oh, a fence.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
To the neighbor's fence.
That's right. It's rejected.
Yes.
Let's take this home now because of time constraints. So, Town Plan Latifat, quickly, those numbers again. For those who would like to get in touch with you guys and they want to whistle blow, what are the numbers that they can call again?
Okay. The number you can call is 00
080
231 462 27 or 080
right
54 07 6551
5407 6551
or visit our website.
Okay.
laspa.lagos.gov.ng.
We'll leave it at that for now. It's nice having both of you in the studio this morning. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so we've been trying to locate the place of district offices in the planning permit equation of Lagos State. Town planner Latifat Ayoade Abdulazeez has been here, and same for town planner Solomon Akura. Both of them from the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority. We have to go. Mike James has produced the program. Maximum thanks to Adetola Akinsoya, who is also with the Public Affairs Department of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development. Next week, Thursday, the program makes a return. But till then, I'm Victor Oteri. Have a great day. Bye.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estate and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling, or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits, and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the State Operative Development Plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Here's the news at 10. First, the highlights. Lagos State Governor tasked Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund on accountability, quality service delivery. President Tinubu pledges significant investment in defense industries to boost weapon production. On the foreign scene, thousands of women lead night protests after death of trainee doctor in India. And in sport, Australia's mixed martial arts star throws support behind Nigeria's Israel Adesanya ahead UFC clash in Perth. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has charged the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund (NSITF) to be transparent and accountable, as well as render quality service for the benefit of the people. The governor gave the charge when Managing Director of Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund, Oluwaseun Faleye, and Senate Committee paid him a courtesy visit at Lagos House, Ikeja. Governor Sanwo-Olu said his administration has a robust insurance package in place for Lagos workforce, assured of the state government's willingness to harness the areas of collaboration with the NSITF to achieve its objectives, as well as explore the benefits of the fund for workers and Lagosians. He also noted that the retreat organized by NSITF for the legislative arm would be for the benefit of Nigerians, reiterating to commitment to encourage the fund and ensure people get the dividends of democracy for a better, sustainable and reliant nation for future generations.
To assure you and assure our new managing director that Lagos State is not just the biggest amongst its peers, also in human capital development and in areas where it puts its employers right at the center of everything that it's doing. And we always pride ourselves the first. We're happy with Mr. President that haven't signed the new minimum wage. It's for all of us subnationals to see how we take up that challenge and reflect, and see how we can, pass on the benefits to our individual staff, employers at our state level.
Earlier, Managing Director NSITF, Oluwaseun Faleye, said the legislature's initiative is to deepen stakeholders' engagement to support the trusts, hence the need for the two-day retreat themed Building a Stronger NSITF. Senator representing Plateau Central and Chairman, Senate Committee on Employment, Labour and Productivity, Dicket Plang, said the National Assembly is committed to ensuring the NSITF performs its functions to ensure employees and employers in both public and private sectors are protected and compensated when at work in case some hazards take place.
As legislators, the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund is a product of the Act of Parliament, and laws are dynamic. From time to time, we need to sit, get back to find out how successful our MDAs are performing, and where there's need to make some changes, we make changes to increase productivity.
That was Chairman, Senate Committee on Employment, Labour and Productivity, Dicket Plang. As part of efforts to cushion the effects of the economic hardship in the country, the Lagos State government has donated 20,000 bags of onje-eko to religious organizations and groups across the state. Speaking during the distribution at Adeyemi Bureau Auditorium, Alausa, Ikeja, Special Advisor to the Governor on Religion Islam, Abdulazeez Jebe, noted that the bags containing 10 kg of rice, 5 kg of beans and 5 kg of gari is being extended to the religious groups in the 5 divisions of the state in Ikeja, Badagry, Ikorodu, Lagos Island and Iwe.
Trying to put palliatives across board, and several units have collected their own, the CDC, CDA and several other units. This is for the religious circle of Lagos. We have the Christian and we have the Muslim. We are distributing it simultaneously.
In the same vein, Special Advisor to the Governor on Religion, Christian Adebukola Adeleke, said the distribution of 10,000 bags of the Onjeiko has started to Christian organizations and groups across the 20 local government and 37 local council development areas of the state.
And as part of the requirement that you need to submit your LASPPPA number, and we also encourage them to submit their LASPPPA number. Though the Ministry of Home Affairs and our office as well, we have some of their names. And those that we do not have their names, we appeal and encourage that this is the requirement from government. They need to provide, and they agree.
On his part, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Home Affairs, Adewumi Ogunsanya, commended Governor Sanwo-Olu for the intervention program to support the less privileged in the state.
Important to mention that Mr. Governor set up an advisory council for this purpose. So what we are distributing today is an offshoot of what the Governor Advisory Council have done, and we are just implementing what they have.
According to him, the state has carefully taken the details of the would-be beneficiaries to ensure the palliatives get to the right people. Lagos State government says it is going to crack down hard and bring down the full weight of the law on criminal elements who are fond of attacking and vandalizing BRT buses in the state. Managing Director of the Lagos Bus Services Limited, LBSL, Idowu Oguntono, recounted the attack on one of the company's buses by hoodlums, noting that the criminals vandalized the bus and caused panic among the passengers. Oguntono stated that the bus, which was traveling from Mile 2 to Leventis, was approaching the Orio-Fair bus stop on the Orile axis with 35 passengers on board when a large mob suddenly emerged and swarmed the bus. He said the attackers assaulted passengers, stabbed them with sharp objects, and robbed them of their phones and other valuables. Ogunsanya reiterated the government's commitment to ensuring that those responsible for this heinous act are punished, noting that the agents of anarchy have no place in any decent society. Now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has pledged to make significant investments in the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, DICON, to ensure it achieves its mandate before 2030. The president said DICON, since its establishment, had been producing ammunition and equipment to support the armed forces and security agencies. Speaking at the 60th anniversary of DICON in Abuja, President Tinubu said the institution has become a cornerstone of Nigeria's military-industrial complex, producing ammunition and equipment that support our armed forces and security agencies. While stating that national security remained priority for his administration, President Tinubu said the insecurity bedeviling the nation require a government and society approach to address it. The Defense Headquarters says troops have been deployed across farms in the northern parts of the country, especially in the northwest and north central. According to the military high command, the deployment was to ensure the adequate protection of farmers from bandits, terrorists, and other criminal elements. Director of Defense Media Operations, Edward Buba, stated that troops deployment began with the commencement of the rainy season. Buba also said the deployment was to ensure farmers had a bumper harvest. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, along with other stakeholders, have received 149 returnees from Niger Republic. According to NEMA, the return was facilitated by the International Organization for Migration Mission in Niger Republic. It said of the 149 returnees, 2 persons were said to have sustained leg injuries. NEMA added that the charter flight comprised 87 adult males, 25 adult females, 22 children, and 15 infants. Now to foreign news. Tens of thousands of women in West Bengal state have marched through the streets in protest against the rape and murder of a trainee doctor at a state-run hospital in Kolkata last week. The Reclaim the Night march was the culmination of nearly a week of frenzied protest ignited by the brutal killing of the 31-year-old at the RG Car Medical College last Friday. Responding to calls on social media, women from all walks of life marched across Kolkata city and throughout the state. During the marches and at many gatherings near a university, theatre hall and bus terminus, they stood united, holding hands as the humid air echoed with loud and powerful chants of wanting justice. In our sports, Australian mixed martial arts star Alexander Volkanovski has thrown his support behind former two-time Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya to knock out current champion Dricus du Plessis in their title fight at UFC 305 in Perth on Saturday. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Volkanovski predicted that the Nigerian-born fighter would end the bout with a tactical finish. He recalled Adesanya's victory over Paulo Costa, expecting a similar approach against the Plessis. Adesanya has lost 2 of his past 3 fights and is seeking to reclaim the middleweight title he lost to Sean Strickland last year. That is our news at 10. Just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch your news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know the Sanwo-Olu administration generated 12,350 jobs and empowered 17,469 direct and indirect beneficiaries through the Lagos State Agro-Processing Productivity Enhancement and Livelihood Improvement Support (PILS). You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has charged the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund (NSITF) to be transparent and accountable, as well as render quality service for the benefit of the people. President Bola Tinubu has pledged to make sufficient investments in the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria (DICON) to ensure it achieves its mandates before 2030. We also told you that tens of thousands of women in West Bengal state have marched through the